Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We're a nonprofit that gets kids excited about math and science. What are we looking at here today?
We're looking at the NSX, the Acura NSX. Do you know what it stands for, Deep?
No, I don't.
Okay. So it stands for Neo Sports Car Experimental. It was made by Honda.
Neo Sports Car. I never knew that.
Right. And do you know why it's called a Neo Sports Car Experimental?
Because it's like a new generation, mid, all that stuff.
Well, it's kind of like that. Okay, let's back up a little bit here, like a little bit of story.
All right.
You know, I grew up in the 80s, right? And I think most of us, I think you do too. I didn't drive back then. Right? So, from what I hear in the 80s, most of the sports cars are Lamborghinis and Ferraris, like the Lamborghini Countach.
Yep.
Porsche 911's always been there. I was responsible for Ferrari 348.
Yep.
So one of the things that makes about those a sports car is they're one, difficult to drive, and second, their maintenance is very, very difficult. Right?
Yes,
and
expensive
so things, right?
and difficult.
And so
yes.
This is what Honda tried to do. They decided that, hey, you know, we want to make a real sports car. Why don't we? But we have to. They have three dimensions they want to do, right? Which is the performance, and then the comfort, and of course like reliability. And they did maximize that. And this is what they came out with the NSX.
The NSX. And when did they start building this thing?
Yeah. So first year they built this, it's 1991. Okay. And there's a couple other things here about the car. In about 97, they have a revision.
Okay.
And what they did with the revision is that they make the engine bigger, so from 3.0 to 3.2 liters, so more. And then starting from 97, it's only Target top only. So this one's actually a 97 model. It is a Target top, right?
Versus
like a solid coupe.
Okay.
For a solid coupe. Right?
Okay.
Other than that, what they did, any other special model, there is a special model in 99, kind of like closest thing to a Type R model US, is called the Zanardi Edition.
Oh, yes.
There's only 50 of them in the United States.
And our friend owns one of them.
Yes, one of our friends owns one of them too. So, and that's about it. Another variant in Japan, they also got the Type R version from 92, right? So, and then there's in starting 97, they have a Type S and Type S0. Type S0 is similar to the Type R. And finally, in the 2002, they have another revision that the headlight change and become fixed headlight. And it has what they call the NSX R version. So that's probably by far probably the best version, I think. Right?
Really? Was that the final, basically?
That's the final variant. Now, if I had to have a choice, I would actually get that one. Although it's gonna set me back about $250,000 today.
What?
Use, correct.
From Japan
From
too?
Japan, right? Yeah. So
$250,000
on the R version. Yeah. That's so kind of a little bit above my budget.
Oh, well, walk me around the outside here. What do we got?
So, okay, what's the cool part here is more the internal about this car. And we'll talk about three different things here, which is the altitude engine, chassis, and handling. Okay. So for the engine, it's one of the first VTEC engines. That's 3.2 liter. It generates 290 horsepower and about 224 pound-foot of torque. So again, typical Honda, not much torque, right? But at the time, it does 0 to 60 about 4.8 seconds. That's what it does.
Wow, 4.8?
Yeah. 4.8 seconds for the time, right? Yeah.
And this is back in 91. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, this one is actually 1997 one. 1991 is about 5 to 5.2.
Okay. So you this is with the larger engine. This is with the 3.2.
Yes, this is 3.2.
Okay.
So other things to note about this car. Let's talk about handling a little bit, right? So, do you know where the engine is?
The engine is behind the passengers. It's a mid.
It's actually behind
yeah.
The passenger, right?
An MR, a mid.
It's a mid engine layout. So I can open the back. So
yeah, let's check it out. Let's check it out.
Without me.
Wow, this is so clean. And this has how many miles on it?
This one has 17,000 miles.
17,000 miles for a 97.
Yeah. Okay, so we have this open. This is is where the Targa is supposed to go on.
There we go. Oh.
What we do here is take this out, and then we'll go over here. So this is the engine.
You can still feel some of that residual heat. Look at how clean this engine bay is. Wow. For a 22-year-old car.
For a 22-year-old car, the previous owner took care of it very well. That's part of the reason why I decided to take this one.
Yeah, and it's completely stock.
Completely stock, yeah, because some of them have been abused.
Yes.
And that's I'm more of a bone stock guy. And then, so yes, this is a mid-engine layout.
Mm-hmm.
It does give you a lot better handling.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think the best handling is all-wheel drive against rear engine, but again, they were about saving the weight.
Yeah.
Right, that's kind of what they do.
Honda's all about efficiency.
Right. And then other things, so we talked about the engine, let's talk about the handling.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things that contribute to good handling. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The first one is that all the suspension are on all four wheels are what we call double wishbone.
Yep, double wishbones.
So that allows you kind of like a pivot arm.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you to kind of level up, make sure you're always flat to the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
But finally, the chassis is something special too here.
Mm.
So this is one of the first cars to have an all aluminum chassis.
Yep.
Right. So it'll give you the lightweight, but also give you that rigidity as well. And that's an innovative platform stuff.
How much does this thing weigh?
So this way, I think I checked the other day. I only know in kilograms, so you have to take out your calculator.
Actually, you can open up it's in the door jamb, isn't it? Usually it's in the door jamb.
Let's see if it is.
Yeah.
I think it's 1730 kilograms.
Okay, I have no idea what that is, but usually this should have the weight here. It doesn't.
No, there's a capacity weight.
Yeah,
right?
is it on this thing here? No. I guess maybe
So
they
we can do
started
a
doing
quick
it
math
later. Yes.
About the 17, I think it's 1730.
1730.
So if you have to multiply by 2.2.
2.2.
Right? So if you multiply by 2, you got 3460 pounds, right? And then we take 10% of that 3460 because that's 0.2, right? So 3460 plus 346, that will be 3806.
3,800 pounds?
3,800 pounds.
That seems a little bit heavy though,
That's
no?
I'm kind of thinking about the same way too.
Yeah, maybe we did the wrong conversion.
Right. So, yeah, let me see real quick here what the weight is.
Do some Google math there.
Yeah, or just actually find out the statistics for this car. Right, and then
I've just always been a huge fan of the looks of this car. Just so timeless.
Yeah, it's the classic like 80s kind of 80s wedge shape, right?
Yep. Before when you could still have pop-up headlights. Now you can't. Nowadays you can't have pop-up headlights on a car because of safety regulations. Pedestrian collision. The nose of a car has to conform to a certain shape and height and etc., which they didn't have to back then.
So I did quote the wrong weight.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to give you the correct weight here. It's 1340 kilograms. So
13.
Right. 400 kilogram lighter. Let's do the math right here. 1340 times 2.2 is a little under 3,000 pounds. So 2,000.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Right? Yeah, 2,900. What? 48.
It's going to have 48 to be.
Yeah. I mean, this is a lot of power for a car this light.
Yeah. So my only recommendation here for those of you who aspire to own a heavy sports car, right? When you start driving a more powerful car, you take your time. Don't try to abuse it first, because then you got to learn how to handle that power, right? So again, this is compared to the Type R, it's about 100 more horsepower, right? And then I was kind of taking it easy too, because this is also a rear engine car,
yeah,
or rear wheel drive car. So
yep.
I just kind of took it easy, just kind of learn a little bit more about the car. Right? Most importantly, the tires. Make sure your tires are always good. At least if it's more than 5 years old, even though the tread is good, replace them. That's the recommendation I got from a good friend of mine.
Oh, from the NSX
actually
community?
from the Nissan Motorsport guy.
Well, shall we hop in and
We shall.
let's
Okay.
do it.
All
Let's
right.
do it.